Yo, what's up everyone? Welcome to my 2020 bike check. I'm going to show you guys some of the parts I'm running and talk a little bit about my bike. Anyway, let's get into it. Alright, to start things off, I'm going to start up here with the grips. These are just a generic grip that came on the Maverick Bike's Dirt Dog. On the website they're described as a low flange soft grip, but they're actually very similar to ODI long necks. They've got the same pattern and they've actually lasted really well. They look brand new still. I've had them on here for almost a year. I've got ODI bar ends on here because the stock bar ends didn't fit inside these bars. I think they were too narrow, and when you tighten the screw all the way in, they were still spinning and you were able to just pull them out. So I chucked the ODI ones in. So the handlebars I'm running are 2015 NS Proof riser handlebars. They're 740mm wide and they have a 70mm rise. These actually used to be the signature CM Pilgrim handlebars when he used to ride for NS. I've had them for a lot of years and I've had no problems with them. They've only got a couple little scratches on them. So the stem I'm running is a 2015 NS Bikes Quantum Small stem. It's a really good stem, nice and short. I think it's 38mm long. And I just really like the design, it's really good. The gold on the stem has kind of faded, so it looks more like tan now, and it really matches the tyres. It looks really cool. The headset my bike has is a Neco cage bearing headset. There's not really much to say about it. I haven't had any problems with it. It's just like the stock headset that came in the Maverick Dirt Dog, so decided to keep it in there and I haven't had any issues with it yet. For the forks I'm running Manitou Circus Expert forks. They've got a 20mm axle, 100mm travel. I run about 50 psi in them with all the settings basically neutral in the middle. The forks have a straight steerer. I swapped out the red stickers for the silver ones that came with the forks, and I also pulled off all like the warning labels and that off the fork to make it look a bit cleaner. These are really good value for money. They look super sick, especially these with the black stanchions. It really suits the bike. I've had no problems with them at all. The only thing I don't really like about, I actually like the look of it, but I'm not quite used to doing foot jams with the backwards arch there. Just got to get used to it. So the front rim I'm running is a 2014 Nukeproof generated DH rim in 26 inch. It's a 32 hole rim. It's just a really strong rim. I also painted it black. It used to be yellow, and I also paint splattered it, and I reckon it looks really cool. So I'm running Dartmoor spokes on both wheels. The spokes are black and raw. One side of the hub the spokes go to are black, the other side the spokes go to are raw. It looks really cool in person. You can't really tell on camera. So I'm running Colony brass nipples at the moment. The front hub I'm running is a 2015 Dartmoor Revolt Pro 20mm hub. These are really good hubs. The bearings are just starting to wear out now, so I probably need to get some, but I've probably had these for almost 5 years or whatever it's been, so can't complain with them. The front hub has a little bit of play in it because the bearing's worn out and they're also pretty grimy. You can just hear it. Need to get some new bearings for it. Alright, so now I'm going to move a bit further back on the bike now to the seat. I better speed things up because I'm already running out of daylight. So I've got the 2020 Maverick Dirt Dog saddle seat post combo. I haven't had any problems with it at all. It's nice and comfortable. I cut the seat post down a bit shorter because I run it pretty low anyway, so I thought I might try to save a little bit of weight. It's on a really good angle and yeah, can't complain about it. The seat clamp I'm running is a Maverick custom alloy seat clamp. Looks really good, it's nice and light and it does its job. So for the sprocket, I'm running a Shadow Conspiracy Jesco sprocket in 25 tooth. Trey Jones is my favourite BMX rider and Jesco is actually his old dog that passed away, so I thought I'd get it as a bit of a tribute, and also because the bike's name is a Maverick Dirt Dog, it just looks cool. The sprocket's actually really strong too because it has no cutouts or anything, so I don't think I'll be breaking it anytime soon. The cranks I'm running are Colt Crew 3-piece cranks in 165mm length. I really like the design of the cranks and they just seem to be really strong, so I'm really happy with them. So next up we've got the pedals. I have the 6-pack Racing Icon 2.0 pedals. These are really good pedals. I've had no problems with them at all. They've got massive pins, so it's a bit risky running them on a dirt jumper, especially when you're doing some tricks and that, because you don't want to smash your shins with these. I really like the design of the pedals, and I also like the black with the white logo. It suits the rest of the bike. The chain I'm running is the Shadow Conspiracy half-link Interlock V2 chain. These chains are really strong. I haven't had any problems with this one at all, and it just looks really cool. I'm just running the stock bottom bracket that came with the bike. It's like a Euro style sealed bottom bracket. It does the job, so I'm going to keep it in there. So we're moving right to the back of the bike now. The rear rim I'm running is a 2015 Dartmoor Revolt V2 rim in 26 inch obviously. It's a 36 hole rim, and yeah, it's just a really strong rim and it's nice and light. It's been a really strong rim. I've only got one pretty decent dint in it, and I did a backflip and landed on the coping, so no wonder why. I've got the Dartmoor spokes and the colony nipples on here also. The rear hub I'm running is a 2015 Dartmoor Revolt Pro single speed hub. Like many of the parts on this bike I've had for many years, and they've all held up really well, and the same goes with this hub. It's probably the best hub I've owned, and I've owned a couple. It's never really missed a beat. Only recently it's skipped 1 or 2 times, but other than that it's been perfect. Sounds really good, it's super light, and the bearings in this are still good. I'll give it a quick spin for you guys so you can hear it. It's definitely not as loud as it was when it was brand new, but still mint though. The rear sprocket's 9 tooth also. So the tyres I'm running are Maxxis DTH tyres in 2.3 inch width. I run about 60 PSI in them. These are pretty good tyres, they roll really fast and they have decent grip. The only bad thing is the sidewalls aren't the strongest, but they definitely do look pretty cool. I've just got random tubes in there with a bit of slime to help protect against punches. And that's about it for the tyres and tubes. Alright, last of all I've got the frame, which is a 2020 Maverick Dirt Dog frame. Maverick Bikes is a relatively new dirt jump company in Australia, so when they first launched the Maverick Dirt Dog, they hit me up and hooked me up with a complete bike. At the time I was running a cracked DD frame with most of these parts on it. Some are different now though. So I was pretty stoked just to have a safe bike. Anyway, I rode the complete for a bit. It was only an entry-level spec bike, but I still wanted to test it out and see what I thought, so I could let you guys know and give you guys my honest opinion before kind of promoting it. And I thought it was a really good all-round entry-level bike for the price. But anyway, I've been riding this frame for almost a year now, and I've got to say I'm pretty stoked on it. It's got a tapered head tube so you can run your high-end forks like your Manitou Circus Pro, RockShox Pike DJ, or your Fox 36 DJ forks, or any other tapered fork. All the frames I've ever cracked, I crack them where the bottom tube meets the head tube, and this frame has heaps of reinforcements there, so I don't think I'll be cracking it anytime soon there. Hopefully not anyway. Also really like the geometry of the frame. It's really nice for your skate park riding and also dirt jumps, which I mostly do, dirt jumps and a bit of skate park riding. The only thing I don't like about it, I don't like about when you have the wheel fully slammed in the dropouts with a wide tyre, it won't even go all the way back. So if I was to give them any design tips, I'd make the frame a little bit wider here so you can actually have it slammed. The frame's nice and light too. This is probably the lightest bike I've ever had. The paint job's pretty good. Up in here, there's a bit of an area where they kind of missed, but other than that, it's really good. My one's like one of the earliest made ones, so it doesn't actually have the logos painted on, it's just stickers, but I've had no problems with the stickers. I'm guessing the painted ones are even cooler. It's got all your brake cable mounts, and you can even run a derailleur so you can have gears on this thing if you wanted to, but I don't even run brakes or gears, so that doesn't really worry me, but they're there if you want them. Anyway, that's about it for my bike check. I'm so stoked on this bike. It rides really nice and looks super cool in my opinion. Anyway, thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.